Good evening, everybody. It's Dr. Glow here with Black Girl Everything. I'm very excited this evening because I have a very important interview from my actual community of where I'm from. You guys know how much I love Mount Vernon. So I have these beautiful people here who have been bringing culture and history and life to my city for a very long time. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because I find them to be exponentially experienced and happy people. Thank you guys for being here. All right.
Peace and blessings.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what is the name of your organization? So let's start there.
The African Healing Circle. We are based in Mount Vernon, New York, and we do presentations and throughout the tri-state area.
Okay, great. So where did you guys get the name from?
Well, it came out of the wellness and healing that the African drum and dance culture does for us. You know, for us, it's not just a music class. Right. You know, we don't have a music class. We have a healing session where our soul and your spirit is able to be comfortable and safe enough to be able to express itself and release some of the toxicity that we get from living in this kind of chaotic world that we live in. That's off balance and out of balance. And we enter with prayer and libation. We end with prayer and libation to lift the energy and elevate the spirit, not to condone or to give any particular dogma, but to give honor to the great spirit, the oneness of creation, the womb of creation.
Very beautifully said. Thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. So would you like to share your name with the audience? So, because I see there's three of you there. So if you guys kind of share your names and tell what your participation is within an organization.
Yeah, I'm Baba Abishai bin Rubin. Yes. And I am the president of the African Healing Circle Corporation and one of the older elders of the group.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, who's next?
Bobby.
Oh, yes. And my name is Baba O. Omo Batala, Brother Rob Winstead, and I'm the treasurer of the African Healing Circle and been a part of this incarnation of the African Healing Circle for the last 12 to 15 years.
Wow.
And I am Oyanike Ipega Winstead, and I'm a Yoruba priestess. I do bring my gifts and my healing to the African Healing Circle as well. And we are a multi-service, wellness group.
Yes.
So what we do is we have African-centered expressive arts therapy, what we call in fancy words. But what it really means is that we get together and we get together and we say, drop all the negativity and all the titles at the door. Come on in, let your spirit lead you. And if your spirit is not quite right, allow us to help you so that we can elevate that into a oneness so we can all get together and then we can be free and we dance out our pain. We dance in our joy. Right. We dance out our fear. And we dance in power and strength. And we drum out, because that is the primordial, vibration is the first law of the universe. So that drum like beats in the heartbeat of our movements and lets us be able to be free and get one with we don't get stuck in the movement, we get stuck in the spirit and we let the body move. So that's what happens for us. And we were doing that throughout the summer at Hartley Park in Mount Vernon on Sundays. Now that the weather is cold, we're taking a break and we'll come back together in spring of next year in March. We'll come together in Mount Vernon again. And then we also do drum and dance presentations. So we go places and we perform. We're looking forward to performing this Friday. So we'll have some dancers and we'll have some drummers together, and we're going to do some drumming. I know here it looks like it's a 2-to-1 mix, but our board is 6 members female 3 members male. And so we are primarily female. Our feminine energy base is empowered in there. And we're very grateful because we have the balance of energies of our masculine energy of our brothers with us. So
no, I think that's a very important point, because a lot of people, they say, because I promote Black women-owned businesses, and they come and they see some Black men there, because I believe in a collaboration with our Black men, because that's what builds up our actual community, that balance and that connection, and be able to connect to our roots of who we are as people. So I'm all for that vibe of Black men being present, because Black men have to be there to support our Black women, who are the center of the universe. So I 100,000% agree with you guys on that perspective.
Thank you.
You guys are definitely coming Friday to the pop-up. I'm really excited about that. But one of the main things I was excited about, what you guys are also bringing besides your amazing performance, I'm already looking forward to that, because you guys are opening up the event. You're the first performer for the evening to bring in that positive energy. But there's something else that you want to present and you're offering out to the community that I really want to dive into this evening.
Yes, we're doing a journal, which is a 10-year journal and anthology, which will give the history of the African Healing Circle. It also is an expansion of that. We are an expansion of the community. You know, we're part of the community. So this anthology journal is allowing the community to join in and tell their story and their history over time. And that means families. Like one of our pages that is going in is a parent giving honor to their daughter, who is now a mother, and the power and strength that the young mother is being able to give by being intergenerationally empowered. You know, and so she's getting from her baby, and she's getting from her mom and her grandmother. So in that, people can tell their whole story. You know, this is their story to tell in this book. This is not our book. It's the book. It is our book. The community, not the community's book, not the Healing Circle's book. Alone, yes.
And we also have a youth page that we will have some of the children who grew up with us, who started in the African Healing Circle drum and dance sessions at the Akbar Center for the Arts, and we were stationed there for a number of years, over 10 years, going back decades now, with Baba Abishai and with the Akoshua Dance and Living Legends, which was one of the names that we were under before we merged into the African Healing Circle. But the young people are excited. They want to put their voice. They want to say what positive effects the African drum and dance culture, the Nguzo Saba, and the principles of Ma'at, how have that impacted them? And so we're looking to hear from the voices from our young people, as well as the rest of our community that we've been able to touch over the last 10 years plus. So,
it's definitely been 10 years plus, because I see y'all walking down the street.
It might be a plus, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a plus. I remember when I was a kid.
Say that.
Okay, the drums were around, so I was a kid. That's why I was outside like, hey, I'm like, hi. How you doing? Everywhere. Every time you turn around, it was standing right there. Like, where'd you come from? Like, why are you here right now? All the time, always present in the community. And that's major, to have that presence and to be seen that way, because it gives our kids something, especially right now as Mount Vernon is really struggling community-wise, especially with our youth. I'm happy that you brought up the youth. I'm really focused on the youth as well, as you know, as an educator here in our community, and I do youth events as well, because I believe that they need to be led in a positive direction. And unfortunately, a lot of our young people are being led in other directions. So they're not becoming the greatness that they really are destined to be.
Sure. Right?
So on top of that, since you have a lot of youth involved, so what do your numbers usually look like in your youth interactions with your program?
Well, it varies.
They fill up a space, depending on, because we have sometimes we have a smaller space and sometimes we're in a larger space, but we're generally about 30 to 50 people.
Okay.
And about 30 to 40% of that is young people.
Right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Who are under 18 and under.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you know the power of the drum, and we want to hear from Baba Abishai as well, because the power of the drum and the culture really attracts young children. And they are drawn into the drum in very, very ancestral ways. We can almost see that it's another part of them looking and inquisitive and want to know. And really, they bring out a certain aspect that really us as custodians of the culture, we really look and we can see that is another part of them when they come that's really calling. So, you know, our children and our people really want to do what's right. They just don't have a greater number of positive influences around them. They would absolutely do what's right. We all grew up in the same situation. Drugs and alcohol was prevalent around us. But when you saw violence, but when you saw a positive thing, you leaned towards that and you wanted to clean up and do right when you saw the positive things being done in the community. And so we want to be that force. And for the last 10 years plus, under the leadership of our elder Baba Abishai and many others, we've been able to do that. And we want to continue to do that.
No, I strongly do. I strongly do, and really find reattach to more linkage within the community. Like you guys are hands down coming to my program to work with my young people, because I'm all for it. We have our drums ready in our gym area. They're sitting there on a rack. He was like, "Oh, move the drums, send them home." No, they're not. They're staying right there.
That's right.
Plans for these drums. He's just going to use them and engage and interact, and and just really connect, especially with the soul, mind, and the body, and all that together. So definitely. So Abishai, tell me, what really is your passion to be who you are within this organization? Because I know and I feel the passion every time I see
you. Well, you know me well. You know my daughter, Stephanie.
Yeah.
So it's like Baba was saying, Yaniki was saying, it's the divine continuum.
Yes.
All the ancestors and my grandfather, who went to Africa when he was, after he had my mother and my auntie, he said, "Y'all got the children. I'm getting ready to get out of here. My lifelong dream is to go back to Liberia." Wow. This is my grandfather. Sure. And he saved his money and he went to Liberia. Wow. And he came back with a little booklet of broken English that he wrote different things. He had a 4th grade education. He never saw the cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. But when he came back, he commanded that 2 children be born in his bedroom where his 2 children were born. Wow. So that was me and Cynthia, my oldest sister. We weren't born in a hospital. We were born on the granddaddy's spirit of the African culture. Yeah. So it was like Bob Marley told the man when they asked him, he said, "When did you become Rasta?" Bob said, "Rasta from the beginning."
Yes.
So I was an African. Yes. And the drum was always in my heart. I started drumming when I was 9 years old. So it's like, you can't get away from that which is your calling. Right.
No, you can't.
No, you're going to end up manifesting it. Either you go with the flow of who you are, who you really are, or you end up, as Oyeniki was saying, you end up fractionalized and broken. And that's why a lot of our people in this United States and all over the planet don't know who they are, because they've been too busy chasing after someone else's culture. Yeah. You can only be with who you really are when you really are that. Other than that, you're imposter. And you have no power. So you were saying the same thing. I've done the daycares all my life when I was asked to come. Yeah. And I tell all the directors, you gotta start the children with chanting and singing and letting them hit the drum. Don't worry about teaching them rhythms. Right. They got a natural rhythm. Right. Like James Brown said, the man asked him, he said, "James Brown, what do you say you jump back and you kiss yourself?" Who says that? James said, yeah, the black man says that.
That's right.
Because we have that kind of deity, that kind of connection with the God force inside of us that this society has drummed out of our people. So when we start playing the drum and chanting, it brings us back into the pure reality of our heart and our soul. And we can rejoice. So this has always been. And then I will sit down, put the talking stick down, Precious, and say that when I met Mother Wisdom, my spiritual teacher,
come on,
Okay.
that's when the transformation really took place, because it was inside out. I really learned about the Holy Ghost. I learned about the Holy Spirit. I learned that I was God inside of me and outside. There was inner God and outer God. So that's where I tap all the time. Because we all pray, we all say we pray, but we pray amiss because we don't honor deity inside of us like we should. That's the trick. That we all are gods and goddesses. That's the ancient teaching. I'm not making this up, just read any book. They'll tell you that the female energy has been suppressed for over 2,050 years. It's just now coming back into balance. That's why the planet's been out of balance. That's why society's been out of balance. Because you can't have a male God without a female God. There's no such thing as he without she. Without creation. Don't no man bring children into the world. No.
Right.
We plant seed, but don't no man bring no children into the world. We come through a woman. So that's the divineness that my grandfather taught all of us when we were young. So I just want to share that. So the drumming and the culture is all one. I hope I've been real clear about that.
Yes.
All right. And that's just my little sharing.
Sure.
No, I think everything you said.
Excuse
First of
me.
all, you just dropped some real gems just now with the whole thing you said. I can cut that one piece out of the whole interview and just play that on repeat because it makes so much sense. So much sense. And I think our young people, and honestly, even people within my generation, my age group, need to be fed that type of energy, because it's the same thing with how I motivate Black women in businesses to be the best that they can be, and empowering them constantly about what they can do. And when I meet new staff, it's like, what do you want to do when you grow up? They're like, what do you mean? I'm 50. I said, when did you stop being powerful? When did you stop growing? You never did.
There you go.
You can continue to be something better than you are today. You know, so I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I know I'm a goddess.
Exactly.
I definitely move within my strength every day. Every day. Took a while to get there though. Wasn't this person my whole life?
Well, no, because it was kept hidden.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, it's called the veil. That veil has been put on us. That's how it was done. So that you never want to be better than that which you've been taught. Good point.
Good point. I'm going to use that exact line in this life skill course I got to do with some people, because some of the goals that they have, I'm just like, why do you just want to be that? You can be so much more. Like, what do you mean?
And you are that much more. You just said it. If you told them they were goddesses, wow. Watch, look at their eyes, look at their face, look at the elder women still to this day. My mother said that. My mother said, Abishai, we have settled for pebbles and rocks, all right, and marbles. We want to play with those things. But what happened to the gold and the silver and the jewels that our ancestors showed us who we are? We stopped, we didn't want that. We want to be lesser.
Not me.
No, I know that. So thank you so much, Gloria. You know, I love you dearly, Precious. Thank you so much.
I love you too. I love you too.
Thank you.
So people who are coming out, if they want to be part of the journal, how would somebody become part of the journal?
The journal, what we have is there's a journal. You go to the what do you call it?
Email.
Email. The email is
AHC journal #1 @gmail.com.
Okay, very good. So, so will somebody just email a
And-
request, say this is something I'm interested in, and then you
Yes.
reply back and ask for details?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And what we're doing is we have full page ads, half page ads, quarter page ads, and business card size ads. And it's a full color journal because we're full color people. And so we wanted to make sure that we do visualize that by vibrancy, because we need those colors, and our melanin calls for us having a full color journal. So the full page ad is $100, a half page ad is $65, a quarter page ad is $35, and a business card size card is $25. It's an 8x10, 8x11, 8.5 by 11 inch journal. And you can put your story in there.
Right.
You know, so whatever, and we accept photos and pictures as well, because that helps us to tell our story. We are visual people and we understand that. So we want you to put your pictures in and to tell your story with words and with pictures, because that's who we are. We're oral people who also do a visual impacts us and stays with us.
Oh man.
So we want to see the pictures of the babies. We want to see a picture of the elders. We want to be able to say, oh, she looks like him. He looks like her.
Right.
You know what I mean? From our community, when they put in their pieces from their families, for our businesses, and the growth of their businesses, and to put out something to market their business or what they're going to do and who they're becoming, and who they're becoming as people as well as businesses.
Right.
So you can talk about, we have in there future leaders as part of it for our K through 12 people. So that are talking about what they want to become, you know, and what they are becoming. And so we, the African Healing Circle works under 14 principles together. They're the 7 principles of Ma'at, who was a Kemetic or ancient Egyptian goddess.
Right.
And those principles are truth, justice, righteousness, balance, harmony, and order, and reciprocity. And so within that, we also have the Nguzo Saba, which are the principles which we mostly hear about in Kwanzaa, but we have Kwanzaa 365 days a year.
That's right.
You know, because they're principles that we live by and that we create community by.
Right.
And so they're necessary. So we incorporate that as well. And just as a reminder for those of us, Umoja, Kuji Chakaliga, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, and Imani. And those are unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, and cooperative economics, which we're going to be doing on Friday. You know, purpose, which we will each of the vendors are standing in when they are doing that. We come in a unity. I mean, you know, we're really living out, you know, on Friday, you give us the opportunity to live out the principles of Kwanzaa, all 7.
All 7
principles of Kwanzaa. And so
thanks for pointing that out.
That's beautiful. But that's so beautiful.
Awesome.
See?
It's awesome.
I do live by those principles, though. I love those principles.
We want people to be able to put that down on paper and have it last beyond their years. And so, because a lot of our things are done orally, they sometimes die when the body dies. And we need to get past that. We need to be able to write it down, document who we are, who we're becoming, who we were, and who we're going to be, and who our children are, and who our businesses are. Where are our businesses? What are they doing? So that people can look back in 40 years and go, oh my gosh, they started this then? Oh my gosh, you know, she was this way then. Remember, I know her now.
That's right.
She's become such and such and so from that. You know, she used to be just a vendor, now she got a store.
Wow, wow.
You know?
Wow.
So we want, you know, we want people to talk about where they are, where they're going, where they've been.
I think that's so beautiful. I'm very excited about it. So when do you guys think, or what are you because we don't aim for things. Things just happen when they're supposed to. But what are some of your ideas about when you think about publishing at this point? Are we looking early spring next year? Or are we going to work
No,
on?
we're looking at where our deadline is December 1st. So we're close on our
That's
deadline.
like next week.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's close. It's real close. So December 1st is our deadline. I'm sure we'll stretch out to December 2nd if we have to. But December 1st is our deadline. And then we plan on having the book, the anthology published for the 26th of December,
First day.
for
of
the
Kwanzaa.
first day of Kwanzaa, where we're going to be
Wow.
celebrating Kwanzaa in Mount
At the
Vernon.
Dole Center,
Yes.
we back.
Yes.
We're
back.
I'll be there.
Yes,
Yes.
at Dole Center, Gloria.
That's right.
So that's
I'll be
going to
right
be
there.
on the 26th. And you know what time? it is?
Yeah, 1 to,
4.
I think it's gonna be 1 to 4.
Mhm.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But though it's all right, but it's gonna be on Sunday. Yeah, well, we always do the first day.
Right.
The
Oh no, I'll
26th
definitely
is
be
the
there.
first day.
I'll be right there.
Yeah,
We'll be
Because
so
well,
glad
also
to see
now,
you.
since I realized I gotta be in the book by like next week, I gotta see him write my piece on my full
Okay.
page
yeah,
spread.
you gotta write your piece, beloved. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
I'm all right. It's
absolutely.
gonna come from the spirit. I'm gonna pray on it tonight. It's gonna come to me by the morning.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awesome. I love the affirmation. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
It
Yes.
definitely is. Because it's already working. I feel it already. I feel the energy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
This is
So
so
thank you,
powerful.
guys.
This
Go
is
ahead.
so
Yeah.
powerful, Gloria.
Yes.
You know, thank you.
Wow, wow. This
Thank
is
you.
such, when Oyaniki and Baba O, Oyaniki is, well, we can tell you now because we already told her she can't disappear on the 26th. Because her and Baba O, they do the Kwanzaa presentation almost every year now for the past almost 4 years. And we honor a male one year, then we honor, we call it the Obey Foundation Grassroots Salute.
Right.
Mhm.
That's part of the program for Kwanzaa.
Okay.
This year, we're honoring a Queen Mother. It's going to be Oyaniki.
Mm,
She's getting the Obey Foundation Grassroots Salute.
wow. Bless.
And so she's taken back because she always does this. She doesn't think that she, wow.
Of it.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
See, we don't
Yeah.
call this, like you just said, Gloria. We
Mhm.
don't call this. This is by the ancients.
Right.
Mhm.
They come up and they say, this is what we need to do. Let me jump in your vessel. Let me use your body.
Yeah.
I want you just to be available. Can you be available? That takes training. Really, honestly, it takes you to sit down and meditate and be
Mhm.
quiet and listen for the cue when they say, all right, you're ready now. We can use you.
Yeah.
You make yourself available. Like that song, I'm available to you. That's what we say to the Lord. Yeah, I'm available, Lord.
Yeah,
Use me.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, Gloria, this is really very, very special that you're doing this. Trust me, it's going to go further than you ever thought.
It already has. I've already surpassed my minimal thoughts I had of this. To
See,
see,
you see,
Wow.
you see,
Wow.
thus
because
far.
it came through you.
Yeah.
It did. It came
Yeah, it
through me.
came through
Leaving one
you.
director's meeting, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to do this forever. This is what I want to do now. And I just ran with
Wow.
it. Just
Wow.
ran. And it's evolved into one of the most amazing experiences of my whole life.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
And we just want to thank you.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
want to
We
thank
just
you
wanna
guys for
thank
coming
you.
on.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We are honored. We are honored and humbled to be able to be surrounded. You know, when we have an opportunity as African people to be at people who are at the same vibration that you're on,
Mm.
man, we fly.
Yeah.
Fly.
That's
And that's why we enjoy our children so much, because our children are willing. You
Ah,
know, they're not bogged
Sure.
down and they
Sure.
haven't given in to the lies that
That's
the
right.
society tells them.
Sure.
They
Yeah.
know they're limitless. If you just remind them
yeah.
that they're
Mhm.
limitless, they respect it and they
Yes.
take it on fully.
Mm,
And they take, so we just have to tell them
mm,
and tell ourselves and give ourselves permission
Sure.
mm,
to fly,
mm.
because our
Mm.
spirits are not our spirits fly.
Sure.
And then when we get in our bodies, we get grounded so we can see and interact with each
That's
other.
all. That's all.
That's
Right.
so spirit can see one another, we stay in the body.
Right.
But we elevate from that.
Mhm.
You know, we let our crown chakra open up.
Yeah.
And so when we do that, we emit this you know, sense that melanated people have, that lets you know when a place is safe,
All right.
and when a
Come
place
on.
is not.
Come on.
You know, you walk in a room and you go, I'm not staying here. You know what I mean? That is the creator in us. That's the divine in us.
Right.
That's the melanin in us that connects us to our creator, that allows us to say, oh, wait a minute, the divine in me is speaking now.
That's right.
This is not safe. This is safe.
Right, right.
This is positive. Let me go in this direction. That's why I'm so grateful that we have, you know, Baba Abishai and the board had decided to put together this African Healing Circle under the principles of Ma'at and Nguzo Saba, because it brings order.
That's right.
It talks about reciprocity, talks about harmony. You don't have to all sing the same note.
No.
You know, everybody has their own note. Get in where you fit in.
Sure.
You know,
Oh,
just
man.
don't. So that's what we do. Some people write letters, some people sing songs, some people dance, some people drum. Some people, you know, you do different things, but you're all part of the same orchestra.
That's right. That's right.
That you are.
You know, and so that's what we want people to acknowledge, you know, and some of us think that we're not enough. Well, bring in not enough on, because the goddess in you will step up and fill in the gap.
Come on.
That was the whole story that they had in the Christian Bible with the fishes and the loaves. He brought his not enough over
and broke it.
And it was broken and blessed.
Yep, broken.
And then there was enough for 5,000, and they had 12 baskets left over from the fishes and loaves that were presented. So bring in not enough, put it into the journal, you know, even if you feel like it's not viable enough, it's not important enough, whatever, come on, bring it. And it's going to be, we're going to acknowledge it, lift it up, and then we will allow the universe to take it and set it forth so that it stands for eternity beyond where you are now. It'll be a milestone you can look back on.
Oh, man.
Invest in yourself, and by putting something into the journal that we're doing. And so we ask you again to contact us at AHC for African Healing Circle, journal, the number 1 at gmail.com, and you're interested, and we will send you the contract, which gives you all of the options, and the package that will give you the information on who we are, what we're doing, and how you can fit in.
There you go.
I feel you. So you might as well go ahead and send that to my email as soon as we're done with this.
I will do that tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely send it to me, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it out to my entire network. So they got the opportunity to review it prior to Friday, and then I'll be sending it out to my closer collective network. You know, I have a larger network. I have the collective of individuals I work very closely with to directly tell them that it's happening. So it is what it is.
Thank you.
Because everything's a power move. But I tell them, when I find a power move, I'm gonna share it with my people.
Wow.
Bless. That's what's up.
Wow. Thank you so much.
So thank you guys so much for coming on today. This has been such a pleasure speaking with you all. I'm looking forward to sharing the space with you guys on Friday. It's going to be amazing. It's a good time. Until then, guys, be blessed.
Be blessed.
Peace.
Likewise. Peace, Gloria. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.